You were here in Orlando on September 10th, 2001. Why were you here, and where were you headed?
Well, I was down here visiting Chris. She was my girlfriend at the time. We were having a little Walt Disney World vacation. And on the night of the 10th, I missed my flight going back to Newark, New Jersey. So we were a little bit stressed out because I needed to be at work the next day. But we managed to get me rerouted on a later flight. And the next day, when I got up, I went in a little late because I got in some ridiculous hour of the morning. As I was going up the turnpike, I realized that I couldn't see the towers. And, I thought, wow, well, that's interesting. So pulled into the building where I worked, and security was scouring the parking lot. And the security agent, manager that I knew, she came up to me and she said, did you hear the news? And I said, no. And she said, a plane hit one of the Twin Towers. And for me, at first, I thought to myself, oh, man, what kind of crazy drunk in a prop plane did that? I obviously had no idea what had truly happened until I got upstairs. And all my coworkers on the floor were staring out the window, and I saw the first tower just ablaze. And so that was the start of a very scary and horrible day, really. So I did not see the first tower fall, but I did see the second one. And that was the point where I knew that I had to come back home, because I was so far away from, Chris and my family and all my friends and people that I loved and cared about. I was in North Jersey by myself, having this experience working with IT. But I knew at that point that it was more important, far and away more important for me to be here with the people that I love and care about. So that was the day that I decided that it was time to come home.
Describe, if you could, the atmosphere.
Well, the only way I can describe it is just an explosion of so many different emotions. I was in tears, thinking of all the people that had died or were lost in that tragedy, and just the sheer outrage and just sadness of what had happened there. And everyone around me in the office, we were just emotionally bankrupted at that point. Just couldn't even conceptualize, couldn't get our arms around what had happened. And Manhattan was just a smoke screen. From our window, where we would usually be able to see, most of the island, it was just smog, and just the turmoil and heartbreak of seeing the absence of those towers. Just this symbol of New York City, the symbol of America and world, honestly, and the world itself. It's just, I just like now, I couldn't get words out. And I was immediately terrified to live where I was at. Because I didn't know, I didn't know what was going on. Was it going to happen again? Were they going to be coming, more planes? Were they going to be trying to hit, the buildings, in New York closer by, or, in New Jersey? Everything was just in such